Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Mauricio, and if you're new to the channel, that means that you're watching because you're an Arsenal fan, most likely. I've been doing some other videos of other stuff, but I'll address that later on in the video. At this point, I just want to share with you about something that I cherish and I love, and it's my first love and my eternal love, and that is Arsenal. Arsenal Football Club. Um, I've decided to do this channel. I've decided to do this playlist of Arsenal because first I had already motivations. I was already eager to talk to everyone on the internet or to Twitter, to my followers on Twitter. Just express them in more than 240 characters how I felt about the team and how I feel about certain situations that are going on right now on the team on the day-to-day basis. I've been watching anything Arsenal and I've been watching Charles Watts, uh, listening to the Ars Blog podcast, and there are some other channels that I also watch and listen to, but those are the most important ones. And something that I've gathered from all of them, they have a lot of criticism, which is good. You really want to be your own worst critic. So they demand a lot of glory from the team, but I think that we need a little bit of positivism. So I decided to do this playlist on my channel that is going to be called Right, so that's gonna be the name of the playlist, The Good Side of the Canon. Let me know what you think about it. I thought it was actually pretty clever, if I may say so myself. I'm proud of myself. I really like that name. In any case, I'll try to do this short. These are going to be longer videos than my other videos that I've been doing, because here I can express more about my opinion and I can talk more freely about it. But I do want to address the current situations of the club. So I'll give you a little bit of what this playlist is going to be on a weekly basis. Right, one of the things that happened to me was that I was watching anything Arsenal and we had just lost against, I think it was Aston Villa. So we had that unfortunate game against Wolves. Nobody wanted to talk about it. And then we lost against Aston Villa, and anything Arsenal did a live stream on YouTube straight away. And they started talking about how it was unacceptable, which I agree with them, that we have lost 10 games in the season. It's not something that we would accept on the beginning from a manager, and we really need to demand more about it. But it all came down as very negative, and that was my impression. Some things were said. I have already asked forgiveness for that. Not going into too much detail about it, but basically, I thought that it was fair for me to put my own playlist or channel or whatever so that I can share with you what I thought. And that is that regardless of what we might think, that if we want to keep Arteta as the manager or not, and what you think about Edu or not, I think that we are already at that point on the season where taking him out would just create more harm than benefits. So it really all comes down to, if we are not going to care about the season anymore, if we get kicked out of the Europa League and we have no chances of getting top four, fine, fine. But that should be everyone's expectations, because that is what would happen if Mikel Arteta would get sacked. And not because I'm trying to back him up. I will say, when he was appointed, I did back him up. We were playing really well. We won the FA Cup, and I thought that this season was going to be one that we were going to be going back into the Champions League. Unfortunately, that is not the case, or at least it doesn't seem like that. We have lost many points, and many of those have been in the Emirates. It's just awful that there are no fans, and you can see how it affects everyone. But I have seen progress since that period when we just lose every single game. I thought, like, after we won against Manchester United in Old Trafford, I thought, fine, this is it. This is it. This is the season. We have had some unfortunate games, like losing against Leicester at home, but we won against Manchester United in Old Trafford, and this is going to catapult us. This is going to motivate the team to stay on the top four. That did not happen. The opposite happened, and at that point, that's when I kind of lost faith on Arteta, because at the beginning of the season, I said, look, if this manager loses 4 games straight, or we're more than 10 points out of the top four, then he should be sacked. We're not more than 10 points out of the top four because this league is really odd. But he has lost many, many games, and it was not acceptable. After saying that, I also want to say there is a change on the team ever since Smith Rowe came into the team, and I don't know why it took so long for him to trust the young players. I don't know why we're still trying to rely on the old or experienced characters. I will admit that David Luiz brings something to the table, but I don't know if it's worth uh, renovating his deal that I'm reading right now. A new 1 year deal with 120,000 pounds a week. I don't think that's just not worth it. Uh, if he would cut his wages, perhaps, but I just don't really see him. Or create him as a coach, move him as a coach. I would be down for that, but I don't think we should have him. We should renovate his deal. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into those specifics. Gonna try to remain on Mikel Arteta subject. So my point of view on that is that there is no coach out there right now. I know in anything Arsenal I mentioned about this, there is no coach out there that would be able to improve Arsenal in this season right now, so that we could definitely reach top four or win the Europa League. There's no one out there. I like Julian Nagelsmann. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I probably am. Uh, the coach for RB Leipzig, that guy is extremely young, and I think he has the right idea, and I think he should be able to give a project. We should give him a project of many years, and he would develop something really good with the right players and the right team behind him. But he's not available at the moment. It's not something that I've heard that the team is looking to get, and it just looks far fetched. And also, he's not proven. He's not even proven. So it's the same as Arteta. So the same thing that are um, the reasons why other fans want Arteta out is because he's not proven. Well, yeah, this is his first managerial position, and he already won a medal. So, like, I know Carlo Ancelotti might have been a good option, but he's not available anymore. Thomas Tuchel might have been a good option, but he's not available anymore. Even Pochettino might have been a good option, but he's not available anymore. So it doesn't really. I'm not one to dwell on the past, and or try not to. Anyway, all this negativity is what inspired me on saying, you know what? Let's do something and focus about the positive sides that the club has. So I'm gonna say a couple of things. Like, for instance, I do think that Arteta is changing the mentality of the team, and that they are fighting more for the ball. And I don't quite understand how his selection of the first 11 is happening because of the Willian situation, but there seems to be some meritocracy when it comes to the first 11. I know it's not in all the cases, but there seems to be like that. If it was me, I've said many times on Twitter, like, before the games start. I say, oh, I don't want to start this player, or we should rest this player. We should rest Tierney. We should rest Aubameyang. We should rest Saka, because they have been playing so many games. And these players have performed amazing for the team. And I think in no short part it's due because of Arteta. They have been performing well because of him. I think he's got the right idea, trying to have a mix like Guardiola's playing game with something a little bit more aggressive. And he just needs to keep on building the right clientele. Let's be honest. He inherited an Arsenal team that was on rock bottom. Contract situations awful. The squad was awful. So many players that had so many entitlements of playing, and he has just dealt with that in a period of a year or so. Uh, he cleansed the squad, and he brought in many other people from staff, and they're trying to bring the back office staff that is going to help him promote a new Arsenal idea. I was one for keeping Arsene Wenger because a little bit of sentimentalism. I also was scared of what would happen. I knew that something like this would happen. I didn't know it would be this bad. But let's just support him. I think all we can do is just support him until the rest of the season. And I'm saying this, and I'm recording this before the game against Benfica. So I'm hoping that this has already been put out into YouTube before that game. But if you're watching it after the game and we lost heavily, well, I still think we should support him at least until the rest of the season. The back office has the rest of the season to actually make a good manager selection if that's what they want. So there's no reason to rush. If they're already going to sign him, again, we're going to have to be fully aware that we're not going to get top four. There's no manager that's going to get us and that we can get realistically. And well, if we have already lost against Benfica, we're most probably out of the Europa League. So anyway, that is just hypothetical situation. Maybe we beat Benfica by 5 goals to 0, and we're almost there. So the tight schedule might be a little bit easier because on the second leg we might be a little bit more encouraged to rotate. But I still think that Arsenal should pay a lot of attention to both competitions, and a team like Arsenal is not one that is supposed to focus on one competition. Like, you'll never ask the same for teams that are trying to compete at the top level. You'll never hear, oh, Real Madrid is trying to focus only on the league or is trying to focus only on the Champions League. They focus on to win every single game, and that's what the focus should be, and that's where we should be, and we should support them as much as we can for the rest of the season. We have some good players out on loan now that might be coming back to improve the squad, and as Arsene Wenger used to say, those will be like new signings. I mean, honestly, might not be having Ceballos next season. I'm not one that think that he should stay. I think Ceballos has already proven what he can bring to the table, and honestly, it's not much more than any other player. I think that the Wendusi situation is about something that it was a disciplinary thing, and he has already been punished. And hopefully, he comes back with his tail between his legs and ask for forgiveness. Put his head down and start working hard, because I think he's a good player. So many things to look up to for the rest of the season. Meanwhile, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna steal this from Charles Watt's idea. I'm also leaving some of the links to those channels and where you can listen to them just in the description. But I'm gonna give my predicted lineup for Benfica for the match tomorrow. And of course, Leno has to be in goal. There's no way he's not in goal. I don't think that the goalkeeping position is one that needs to be rotating. For the outfield players, I feel like we should rotate and give it a rest and see how far we can go with alternative team. So For the back four, it would be Chambers and David Luiz, Marie and Cedric. I think that in midfield should be Martin Odegaard with Ceballos and El Neni. And for the front three, I think that we should have Reece Nelson on the right, Lacazette through the middle, and Pepe on the left. And guys, don't add me saying that I am delusional that this 11 will not happen tomorrow. I know it won't. I know Reece Nelson is not where it's starting. I know Mikel Arteta is not going to do that. That is just the 11 that I would like to see. That's the 11 that I would put on the pitch. But anyway, regardless of who is playing tomorrow, let's hope that we win. Let's hope that it's a 5-0 for Arsenal. And we can come back and give all our best effort against Manchester City. And don't worry about the second leg. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching until this point. All that I want to say now is just that I'm going to be doing different playlists on the channel. On other playlists that I've been talking about financial situation and how to improve. What I want, or my goal here, is to help people jump from an economic bracket to the next, because a lot of people don't have the idea as to how to do this kind of stuff. And finances, politics, and controversial subjects are something that really I'm really happy to talk about. So if you like those kind of things, I'm going to be posting every single Monday something about the financial world and how to help you. That's going to be in Spanish in the meanwhile, as I am trying to acquire more and more confidence to speak in English in front of the camera. But I'm going to try to put up a video every Wednesday. I don't know if it's going to be Wednesday night for Thursday morning, but hopefully it will be every Thursday morning. You should have that video up. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this, please hit that like button. Subscribe, share it with your friends, share it on Twitter. I know that there's a lot of Arsenal family on Twitter, so please, this would mean a lot to me. And I hope that you guys have a great day, a great weekend, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Also, let me know what do you think about the intro. You like it? No? Let me know. Put your comments down below. I want to know.